Hey there, Brew Crew. We are back with a few minor modifications to our Mardu kind of mid-rangey, kind of not so mid-rangey anymore because we're playing Ragavan. But this deck is built around General Ferris Rockerick. So essentially this is the 3-1 with hexproof from monocolored stuff, which is a lot of the format, removal-wise. Whenever we cast a multicolored spell, we're going to get to make a 4/4 red and white golem artifact creature token. The rest of the deck is some rainbowy goodness, and then the stuff that isn't rainbowy goodness are just good cards. Alright, so let's jam. We've played this deck quite a bit the last couple of streams. I've been really liking the direction that we've taken the deck. Let's continue to explore the possibilities. I'm actually nodding a little to Enchantress with a couple of sideboard cards I just added. Giving them the honest nod, giving them the hey, I recognize you. People are playing you, you know, kind of like the hey there, Enchantress. People are playing you. We'll add a card. Very matchup specific sideboard card there. We cut the guttural response. Watch us run into all of the control imaginable. I do think that a singleton guttural response really doesn't help all that much. I do think that the 2F Cavern of Souls is where it's at. And, of course, our hand disruption into playing out a threat. Ragavan's very good. Even in these more mid-rangey kind of styles of deck. And I know a lot of folks are thinking, hey, you know, in my Jund deck or whatever, my Abzan deck, well, Jund especially, you know, I want to be playing the new Ignoble. Yes, you do, right? Because Ignoble enables turn 2 Liliana, but so does Monkey. So does Monkey. And so that's the thing, right, is we could do that, right? We could, you know, not in this deck because we're Mardu colored, but, you know, in these kind of mid-rangey, hand disruption-y kind of, you know, slam some scary threats, try to get their kind of deck, you know, pull your opponent's hand apart kind of deck. I do wonder, Monkey? Monkey, right? It's Monkey, right? Because, like, Ignoble Hierarch, don't get me wrong, Ignoble's great, but I wonder if Jund should run some number of Dirty Rags. I think a lot of folks have been like, nah, you don't run Ragavan, but Ragavan. I added a Shizu when we brought back Brags, because I started to realize that a lot of our threats are legendary. This is going to help my Ragavan get in. This is going to help my Croxus get in. This is going to help my General Ferris Rockerix get in, which I think is pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. Border Post is back. Is it bad? Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's got some synergy for General Ferris. Probably not worth it, though, but I want to continue to try it. It's even worse now that I snuck in a Singleton Stony Silence. We do have a companion. That's not something I always had in this list. We've added a companion as of late. Still don't have an opponent, by the way. So yeah, I added a Gigantha, because I noticed that our colors, we actually didn't really have hardly any double-colored spells, and I cut them. Like, we had Angers instead of Clarion, little things like that. But now it's not a problem. Fix that problem. Problem has been fixed. We'll say hello, good luck, and have fun to our opponent. I think I would keep this. It's a little bit more land than I want, but it does have Discovery. This hand's good if they're kind of a mid-rangey deck too. This hand is not so great if they're not, so that would suggest to me that maybe they're not. This would suggest to me that maybe they're not. Could be a few different decks that would want to turn 1 the Saga. It's probably Titan. It still looks like it could be Titan. Could be Hardened Scales. Yeah, it's Titan. There's a castle. There's a tribe scout. Gonna kill the tribe scout. That's my mission. Another dreadbore. This looks to be make a construct. I think we're very happy if it's just make a construct. I'd probably slam General Ferris. Making a construct. Construct. I've seen some people playing Urza Saga with the other 4-mana Karn, not Search Karn, like make a construct Karn. Wonder if there's a deck there, just because this card's so absurd. Would love a hand disruption card. It's kind of hand disruption. They have 2 cards in their hand, though. Can't play Shizu and still cast General Ferris. Need to shock in. Probably going to go with Blood Crypt or Godless Shrine to do it. The Expedition map is what they got off their Saga. I think Saga's great in Amulet Titan for many reasons. Like, they just play it turn 1 because they want it to go off. They don't mind only getting 1 construct out of it because having the tutor happen faster is just better for their deck, which is cool. Just kind of neat. Kind of neat. They get to do that. No attacks here, friend. Advantage, we drew you a little too late. I'm gonna start with the Discovery. I'm thinking I ditched these 2. I'm kind of glad I did. I think I Crocs it because nothing in play I really want to spend the Dreadbore on. We end up with a Crumbling Vestige. Now they can use Tribe Scout to whatever they go search for, they can put in. And their deck gets to reuse Urza Saga if they have a bounce land, so there's some really neat synergy that their deck has. They do maybe get to make quite a few constructs here. So Simic Growth Chamber. Hey, what's up, Bucking Broncos? How's it going, my friend? How you doing this fine Thursday? Just got off work. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. There goes that saga. They get amulet. Oh, they're out of gas. That's great news for us. Just kill the Dryad. That's good news for us. And a Vindicate if we want it. Croxa gets rid of the card in their hand, though. It's tempting to think about like just Croxing and getting rid of the card that's in their hand and swinging for a bunches. I like getting rid of the Dryad, though. Or just get rid of the Valakut, and the Dryad means a lot less. You just get rid of the Valakut. They only play 2 Valakuts. Might be correct to just get rid of the Valakut. Buckin says it's a bounce land. It is a bounce land, yes. You think they keep... Yeah, we know we're not that worried. I kind of just want a double spell, right? Like Vindicate Dreadbore. I like Dread this. I like Dread this. Blow up their Valakut, maybe. Would you consider getting rid of Amulet instead, though? Actually, maybe I'm being hasty here. Don't want to swing the General. I do want to swing everybody else, though. That seems good to me. Amulet, huh? Second Blood Moon in. Soren could go. Needle for Saga. So you have 3 outs for Saga, right? Needle and 2 Blood Moons. Border Post could stay. Monkey's great. We didn't see it, but Monkey's great. Bolts and Helixes are weak here. Like, they don't hit Dryad like Fatal Push can. I think these are slow. Dreadbores I'd rather have Terminate in this matchup. Vindicate number 2, please. You know what's funny is you can just Surgical Titan in this matchup. Like, you Thought Seize it and you Surgical it. It's not hard to 2-for-1 in this matchup with Surgical. Like, you get to rip something out of their graveyard, you might even just hit something that's also in their hand. I don't hate the idea of cheeky plays like Surgical in this matchup. I think K-Command's too slow. Guile's kind of weak, although Guile might sometimes get Prime Time. Edict effects don't really hit Titan nearly as much as just with Urza's. I feel like they just don't hit nearly as much. I think K-Command could stay maybe, though. And I'm sure what you're thinking is, Bruce By, you need to like put more cards in your deck. I know. More cheap ways to answer the Amulet, right? So like Rakdos Charm, if we have it, yeah. Charm comes in, Rip Apart comes in. Kaya's hit Amulet, although so does Nahiri. I might still play the Dreadbores, even though they're sorcery speed. I might like 2 Dreads and maybe Kaya or Nahiri. Kaya, all she does is exile constructs, and maybe she's still better than some of these other options, though. Crocs is a bit slow in this matchup, by the way. I know they don't interact with him, but Crocs is slow for this matchup. This is more of like a General Ferris kind of a matchup. Maybe I don't play Crocs. I do have an answer to the turn 2 Amulet. Sorry, I have a turn 2 answer to Amulet, but I probably keep this. Wish I had some hand disruption, but love to draw into some hand disruption. That would be some of our best draws, our hand disruption. There is an Amulet, speak of the devil. Looks like they're returning that Urza Saga. Oh, never mind, sorry. They're making a construct, then returning it. That's awesome. That's awesome for them. Nice. I know I have Blood Moon in, but I think I'm still supposed to get Triumph. Because we need one red source that's going to get turned off by our own Blood Moon anyway. Might as well be Triumph. I'm going to blow this up. I think it's more important to blow this up than to fight over the construct. Drew a Vindicate. Ooh, or I accidentally hit the wrong hotkey. Hang on, I gotta fix that. I was getting playful with my hotkeys, and I may have just made us lose this game. Not playful. Moto actually reset my hotkeys, and I think I buggered one of them. I think my auto tap mana was actually that key. And I think the pass until I can respond is usually my W. Yes. That may have just cost us. I think that just cost us. That's okay. You can't win them all. That sucks, though. I was supposed to rip apart this 100,000%. I had intended to. I hit the wrong hotkey, and then I tried to stop my yields with my mouse because I was like, oh, something's not right here, folks. Something's not right. Do I have to do something bad like extract the amulets or something? Because I made that mistake. I wonder if I have to do something like that now to win this, because they'll just tutor up another one. I think I have to do something bad like this because of my mistake. I wanted a surgical the prime times. It's kind of curious how they sideboarded to fight over my dudes. They brought in some explosives. The Dismember does not hit my build-around guy. That's interesting. Interesting choice. Yeah, explosives. So he already has a Titan in his hand. We'll go after the Simic Growth Chamber with our. We need to draw a third land, but that's the hope. What would I have been doing the second turn? I probably would have been Thrilling Discovery, casting Thrilling Discovery if we hadn't lost a turn there to my hotkey issue. It's okay. It's better now that we fix it instead of later on in the league where I get punished. So their hand was double tutor Amulet. So we're going to Morphos first. Just digging. Let's make... I'm most likely to find my black source. Find a black source, so I don't. I could just charm this construct. That's not what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to Thrilling and hope to find... Sweet, Hand Disruption. Might not be enough, though, because 1, 2, 3, 4... Although they're about to lose their Saga. They're about to lose their Saga. They're going to make another construct, though, in the process. But them going down a land is not good. Taking 8 here, though. They have too many constructs that I can't 2-for-1 with the Kolaghan's Command. It's not like I can destroy Artifact and also... Unless they crack this Expedition map, which they won't until they've completed their combat next turn. Kaya only removes 1 construct. I think we're just dead, actually. That sucks. Yeah, I would have been able to kill a construct earlier in the game if I hadn't accidentally skipped our turn. The turn that I had intended to blow up their amulet. So, that happens. There's the castle we knew about. There's a Blood Moon. Too late. They've already made all the constructs. I guess I can hope that they mess up, right? That they pop their Expedition map and let us kill 2 constructs. That's the best I can think of. They are thinking. They're playing around the invisible Kolaghan's Command, or the very visible Kolaghan's Command. I'm not going to show it to them. It doesn't save us. So that was an episode of We Need to Be on the Play. That was an episode of, oh look, me accidentally time-walking us makes us lose games. So I'm very sarcastically letting you guys know that that was not even like a smarts, sorry, not smarts error, skill error. That was just a literal, I don't know, my moto sometimes resets my hotkeys. I didn't have my hotkeys what I'm used to, and it cost us. It sucks. But that's okay. We'll win this 3rd game, hopefully. Being on the play is just so important in Modern. It always has been. I think it's just more important now. But yeah, that turn where I intended to blow up their... this hand looks maybe not great, actually. So all it does is disrupt, and then it has some random stuff. Like, I usually progress through my turn with the Q button. I don't tend to use W unless I am so sure that that's what I'm doing. Like right here I use W because I know I'm not fetching. Okay, Inquisition, awesome. I probably want access to white instead of black, right? White gives us General Ferris. I probably want access to my white cards instead of my black cards here since Crocs is out. Oh, excuse me. We'll take a look and see if we want basic planes or so basic planes gives us General Ferris, which is huge. Black, of course, gives me Thoughtseize, the Rakdos Charm, but I think the white's more important. Of course, we'll miss out on Vindicate if we don't have both white and black, but let's actually go with planes. And I'm going to Morphos us into the Inquisition. And our best draw would actually be another hand disruption like a Thoughtseize, so I'm actually just going to go black-black. Funny enough, I did draw a black spell. Can pretty safely ignore the Summoner's Pact. I'm going to go take the Dryad. Now you might be sitting there like, Bruce Spy, why blow your Metamorphose now instead of after you've mooned next turn? It's a very good point. Yeah, that's very true. So they do get to make a construct. So that's unfortunate. They get to make one before I got to shut it off. They do naturally have a forest. Other than those little issues, I'm actually not feeling too bad. Right, this is going to be a 2-2. For the foreseeable future, it's going to be a 2-2. You got to return your Saga, right? They leave out their Saga. Inquisition I'm not going to get to cast. I don't really care to. Like, yes, there's a Summoner's Pact here. It's not worth me jamming this, I don't think. We use the Thrilling Discovery to cycle past these cards that are not castable. Find our way to our Metamorphoses. Find our way to our General Ferrises. And don't forget, we always have Gigantha. So there are a lot of things about this list that make me less worried when I only have one of my two other colors. Alright, they play Forest. Hit me for 2. Drew a Triome. I'd rather keep the Rebirth or the actually the Inquisition than these. Drew a Shizu. So I could Morphos and play both Rags and the Inquisition. We know there's something that I can hit with the Inquisition. So I think I'm okay with this. They showed us Dismember. When we surgical them last game. So like we did get some information. I'll cast my Rag. I can't cast the Terminate, but I can put Gigantha in my hand, so I do have a plan with our next turn. I'm not intending to block the Construct. They are welcome to swing with it. That just turns on the Terminate in my hand. I imagine they should actually keep this on the defense and not let me attack with Rags. It's a Gruul Turf I knew about. And I'm sure you're like, Bruce Spy, it's not completely in the bag. Like, you still have to win the game. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Gigantha also works really nice with our 2 of Blood Moon because he lets me keep casting my stuff, which is awesome. So we're missing black for the Vindicate, we're missing black for the Terminate. Does Pithing Needle work on Extraction? My opponent wants to know if Pithing Needle works on Extraction. I said Pithing Needle will not stop an Extraction. No. Cast our thing. I want to blow up his forest next turn. I know they have more than one forest, but that's what I want to destroy. Cuts them off of like pesky things or like a potential like engineered explosives or something. There's an Ahiri. That's awesome. We have stronger things than random terminate like that. So you're gonna take out my... You slamming your head against modern again? Yeah, I suppose you could put it that way, Cylon. No, my planeswalker. It's fine. We blew up their forest. We're happy. Guys, Vindicate Blood Moon. It's a combo. They asked what's up with this deck, or they said they liked the deck, and I said, thanks, been working on it for some time. It's a brew of mine. My stream helps me too. Nice. Are you streaming now? And I did say yes, but this game's pretty much over, so I'm okay letting him know we're streaming. Guys, we brought back the worst card in our deck. I snuck in a border post. Guys, border post. The border post also is nice with our Blood Moon plan, but it's here because it maybe makes me a duder. When I say hi. Hi, sorry, I'm bad. Kind of want the Ragavan to die, actually, because I have a second one. Gigantha, of course, great synergy with Blood Moon. Like, I can cast anything we top deck. I do think taking out Croxa when we have our Blood Moons, both Blood Moons in, is just good practice because we don't get the full value out of them as easily. So I may just want to do that. There's a Dreadbore. Since I have the extra Rag in my hand, I don't mind losing Ragavan to the Azusa. I also don't know if we mind losing General Ferris to the Azusa. They're at 10. That can't be right. We did that because I have another one in my hand. We can just dash it in next turn. Games, and good luck with the rest of your week. So good games, good luck with the rest of your league. Want to see the full list so you can beat us next time. No need to dash, just attack. You have lethal. Yeah, we do have lethal. Alright, they're disconnected though. Alright. Let's keep going. Jay, do you like the Monkey's back? Monkey is back. I was rebrewing the Winota list, by the way, and I have a secret list that only subs know about for the moment. I'll be sharing it with the rest of the world when it's ready. But yeah, Winota Castables version 5.8. 3 rags also may be in this list. What do you think about the changes I made? Ragavan also is on theme with Bray's Apprentice. They have nice synergy together. Secret list looks neat. Yeah, I'm excited about it. This is still actually primarily a Gildagoose list because of the synergy here. She can keep pumping out eggs, and he gets to keep drawing cards with them, which is really neat. Neat little synergy. I wonder if there's like a universe where I could put some Urza Sagas in here, but I don't think so. I put the second Endurance into the main board. So I maybe haven't given up completely on Winota. And worst case, Endurance can always just be evolved into Winota. Voice of Resurgence can be Pirate of Heroes into the Endurances. Which is neat. Alright, hey, good luck and have fun. Monkey. Ooh, Disruption to back up my Monkey. This is why I like this shell for Monkey. I really do like Mardu as a shell for Ragavan. Because look at this, I don't have to play him turn 1. Right? Like, it might be best for me to Inquisition turn 1. It stinks, actually, though, that we have the Swampy, because I actually want to go Red Spell turn 2, don't I? I guess I could just dash the Rag in if I can't also Bolt. But I kind of want him to stay on the table, though. My opponent just mulliganed to 5, just making this Inquisition even better. And I do like that this is a proactive plan, which is really important when you have 6 pieces of hand hate, like our Mardudes does, our General Ferris Mardudes. I think it's really important that we have a proactive plan, and I think Ragavan's a more early game, more early proactive plan, certainly than General Ferris. Not that Ferris isn't what we're building around, he is what we're building around, but just being very matter-of-factly with you folks, hope you can appreciate that. Alright, Mountain go. No companion for the opponent. Assuming this would kill my Rags. Well, if he wants a Bolt and also Ragavan, we did draw a card that enables us to do that. Maybe if I shock. I don't want to do that against my Snow-Covered Mountain do-nothing opponent. And then they Bolt me. So that's what they're doing. Yeah, Faceless Haven. Alright, so Rags is good to go next turn. Probably. Another Ragavan. So I actually need a Triome for this hand to be the most happy. I might just play Rags off of the Cavern. I mean, I guess I could get, I mean, they are a Blood Moon deck, just by the by, just letting you know. So it might be better if we give ourselves the opportunity to get a basic even. What are the benefits about me just dashing Rags? Even just dashing Rags? I mean, dashing Rags gives us the Bolt. And then I can save this Marsh Flats to fetch for basic planes, which I kind of want to in this matchup because they are playing Moons. most likely. I don't hate the idea of just dashing the rags right now. Probably connects. They might have drawn Scred. They might have drawn Bolt. This is me maybe overvaluing the treasure token. This is me overvaluing being able to go get basic planes. But I actually don't think that either of those things are a bad idea for us. There's a Scred. Here's the other thing I could do. Oh, I didn't stop during my second main phase. I would have been able to just play a Ragavan. Blood Moon. I think we want to keep dashing, right? Like dash and then play the other Ragavan that's in my hand? Or do we not want to go down any rags? I don't think we want to go down any rags. Rags are going to be key for us to beat this Blood Moon. And the rags give us some natural synergy for our own Blood Moons. Snow covered. I don't think I'm supposed to play out rags to give up a rag. I think we have plenty of mana. I don't think we mind dashing him to and fro. Especially since like they'll play Koth and we bolt and dash kill it. Which means not making a treasure off rags, but certainly I'd much rather just kill the Planeswalker strike. Okay. So hand is Koth, one unknown. Hand Disruption is a solid draw, still, for us. Maybe I should be tapping the Swamp, because like most of what we're doing is red anyway. I think it's fine. Just letting us get in with Ragavan. I get to play a Planeswalker now? Snow-covered mountain. Okay. They do play stuff like Anger the Gods, so like dashing rags is actually really clutch. It's something that might even be correct to do against some of like the Supreme Verdict decks of the format. Dash is a fascinating ability. It might have been correct for me even to put Gigantha in my hand. Alright, is this Koth? Sure. I do like terminating this land quite a bit. So I could bolt Koth and still get my rags value. Or we spend one bolt taking down the Koth. I still kind of would rather just get my value. Let's see what we draw first before I consider bolt bolting this Koth. It's not a very scary Koth. Opponent, of course, has made a similar decision to us. Like, I do think moons are good right now. A magma jet. Ah. So that was coming up for us. The border post does give me black, which is good for specifically Croxa. I'm going to bottom both, though, and just bolt the Planeswalker. No, Blood Moon bad. It's Bad Moon. Well, Bad Moon's a very different card. This is flashback my strike it rich. My opponent strike it rich. You got it. Get this going to hand. Sitting on a nice pile of treasure here. So the number of spells we've cast from our opponents is at least one now, right? We cast a Magma Jet. Another Koth. Sure. I'll probably blow I'll probably blow some amount of our treasure to take out the Koth to also play the Gigantha. It's like dash the Rags, bolt, kill Koth. They do finally have a removal spell for my Ragavan, huh? Do you now? Otherwise they would have attacked me. I'm not on the Ragavan plan anymore, as you guys can see. I might even just dump them. Or one of them. Or do I just cast Gigantha after this General Ferris? That seems fair as well. I think it's rather plain to see that their hand is maybe a sweeper like Anger, but I don't care. I think we might even be at the point where I can just say goodbye to these treasure, just make another Golem. Cast Thrilling. Get rid of one of the extra rags. Maybe even get rid of the Bolt. I think the rag is maybe worse. I'm assuming their hand is a Scred or a Bolt. So let's dump one rag and let's dump the... I guess I'll dump the Bolt. Metamorphos are great. Those are very good. They can't kill General Ferris, probably, in their deck. There's a few exception cards they might have that would kill this card, but probably not many. Even if they have Anger, the damage is already done. So Moon out, because that's what they're doing. Vindicate in. We don't care about them trying to moon us. They may still try to do that, but they didn't see the Metamorphose. Don't think we need Rebirth. I might just keep it because it's a land drop, though. Maybe we do just want to be on the Planeswalker plan. I don't think their deck does a very good job answering walkers. I've played like Red Scred. It has a little trouble with fighting against walkers. Rip Apart might also be something we want. Maybe not. Maybe just Needle, Name, Koth, Chandra. So things that are weak. The pushes are weak. The terminates are weak. It looked good. They look good there, but they're actually pretty weak. The Kaya's Guiles don't do all that much. They do have some stuff. like artifact-y kind of stuff. You actually saw them doing, and I'm sure you're like, Bruce, why you can't possibly put Ragavan the same time in as your Stony Silence. I might. My opponent's deck probably has more synergy for artifacts than we do, actually. Like, they showed me that they're playing the Flash Pack Make a Treasure card. I'd be fine with downgrading our Ragavan just to a card draw engine / attacker / dashing threat that is kind of hard for them to remove outside of having an instant speed removal spell. That's the only thing I turn off when I bring in the Stony, other than the border post. But I don't think I should cut lands. Same reason I'm not cutting the Rebirth, I won't cut the border post. I think I do bring in the Stony. Like, yeah, it's got a couple of cards that it hurts the synergy of, right? These four. But this is the only one that's completely shut off by Stony. These still work. These still function. They still do things. They still attack. They still give us an advantage engine, potential advantage engine. Maybe I'll just play like a Rip Apart. We might have other artifacts that I want to get rid of or remove. I think that's better than the... This hand's a little vulnerable to a Blood Moon. Not completely, though, because it has the Metamorphose. I'll keep this, actually. If we see them go turn 1 Treasure, I'll turn 1 Thoughtseize instead of playing out the Rebirth. If they don't turn 1 Treasure, I'm probably okay to play Rebirth and then the Thoughtseize on turn 2. But the Metamorphose makes me a little bit less nervous about them having a Blood Moon here, because you can actually Morphose into the Vindicate, which is kind of sweet. Little do they know that we're a Blood Moon deck ourselves, right? They haven't seen the Metamorphose yet, so our deck is actually pretty resilient to. Looks like they're making the turn 1 Treasure. No, they're playing Relic. I don't really care about Relic. I have 2 cards I care about Relic. Okay, Bloodstained. I may still want to. Gosh, they had to mulligan all the way down to 6 again, huh? I may still want to do this, but maybe not anymore. Maybe I will. Go basic Swampy Thoughtseize. I know this means I don't have white yet. That's fine. That's fine. So I don't care about the moon, really, right? We just take the Chandra. Pia Mom Pop Thopter Shop is annoying. It's just a lot of different pieces, but probably just rather take the... Like, Kolaghan's Command can almost clean it up in one shot, whereas this, like, I kind of have to Vindicate. So let them have the Blood Moon. I can even just blow up the Blood Moon itself. And then we don't care about it as much. We'd rather play out the Malakir Rebirth, right? P and Kieran can't even shoot General because it's red colored. I think I just play out my Rebirth. So I may want to cycle this Triome. I think that's what I'm doing. Just like ask them to Blood Moon me, and then they do, and it's not a big deal. Now, Kolaghan's Command doesn't answer Pia Mom Pop Thopter Shop 100% cleanly, right? They're spending 4 mana to get 4 threats. I'm spending 3 mana to clear 2 of those 4 threats. This might even be a situation where I'm supposed to Kolaghan's Command, get rid of the relic. Oh, they're just drawing a card. Never mind. Never mind. It's fine. If we have a different play available to us, like even put Gigantha in my hand, I might do that instead, or cycle Triumph. I'm not necessarily, like, we also just have end step K command, the Pia Kirin Alar play they're planning to do. Remove the Blood Moon here through the Manamorphose, and the Vindicate might actually not be what I'm supposed to do. Because we gain a tempo advantage if I have K command. Like kill, I might even ignore the Thopters. I might just shoot them and make them discard a card in this situation. So we kind of have a lot of different options here because we fetched up Swamp. Let's hold off on some of these white plays. Because it might just be that I ignore the Blood Moon. I might end up using this Manamorphose to cast a Kaya and just clean up the Thopter tokens. There's a reasonable chance that their hand is still gas behind this Pia. So I kind of don't hate the idea of shoot Pia, make them discard. And this is where I'd actually like to draw a Kroxa and get their last card, or a hand disruption. We got a Relic of Progenitus #2, so I'm assuming their last card is something juicy, like a Planeswalker, maybe. Drew a Dreadbore, so I don't even care if it's a Planeswalker. This is maybe kill the Blood Moon or put Gigantha in my hand. This could also just be Kaya, take out a Thopter. It sucks if they have Koth, though, is their last card. If Koth is their last card, it stinks. Let's actually, yeah, since I drew the Dreadbore, I feel safer to Morphos into the Vindicate. We'll just kill the Blood Moon, play the Triumph. Ooh, we drew an Inquisition. That changes things. I'm actually going to play the Triumph now. And this will help me know what I'm supposed to do. This might whiff. There's a very good chance this whiffs because their last card is Koth. Pia. Okay. Their last card is Pia and Kirin Alar. If I Kaya and minus Kaya, she goes to 2 loyalty and then she kills another. I think I'm just supposed to take them off land, actually. So they have to top deck another mana source to cast. I'm actually going to take them off playing that card. That card's kind of bad news for us. Change of tactics. Actually, that's probably wrong, right? Because I might be able to fight through. I think I need to make it so they have to draw a 4th land. That might be completely wrong, folks, because now it's like my next turn is what? Get Gigantha. I think I did not like that play for me for a few different reasons. Strike. Because it says flashback, fighting over this. Yeah, fighting over their mana was a dumb idea in retrospect. Good thing we already took game 1. I think that line of mine was not great. Oh, they forgot to attack. Alright, so this Inquisition misses. Not going to Dreadbore a Thopter. I think I'm just going to put Gigantha in my hand. Five-five's pretty beefy. It's a 5/5 that blocks and then can start letting me cast. Could allow us to double spell. This Inquisition's probably dead. I'm not in love with what I did there. Like, it made sense at the time, but the fact that I mean, like, a lot of what that deck's going to be running is going to produce mana, right? Especially since they're on a Strike It Rich build. They drew another land, so they don't even have to crack the treasure here. Well, hopefully I don't die to this Pia and Kieran Alar going on. Not in love with the decision I made there. I'm very thankful that they accidentally didn't attack. That buys me a lot more time. And this card's great. We're playing a fun of in our Wynota list, actually. It's a good top-end card. More powerful than you might think. So there's our 5th land. We could play Gigant. I think that's where we start, right? This makes it so that they can't attack with the Pia. So it saves us 2 life points and sets us up for just like Kaya after Kaya going after these Thopters. I want to kill the Pia and Kieran Alar first, though. We have 2 black sources inside the swamp, and Giganta gives me another black source. Now, you might be saying, well, Bruce, why go after the Thopters when you can just plus Kaya? That's true. We could plus Kaya. There's a creature in their bin. Gigantha, it's kind of nice that Gigantha is a 5/5. If it was a 4/4, this would be very different math. They could, like, shoot. If I block, they shoot. Just the Thopters coming in. Ooh, what are we doing? Bolt me? They floated mana and let it go. They were thinking about shooting, I guess? I don't know. Until we remove the PA and Kieran Alar, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Another Blood Moon? Well, now I'm almost kind of rewarded for not going after the moon, kind of, but not really. I think I may still spent my Vindicate poorly. I don't know. A lot to think about. So I like just dreadboring Pia and Kieran. I think I'm, well, yeah, I think I'm supposed to just go after the Thopters immediately with Kaya. But maybe that's wrong, because if I plus her... No, yeah, I can't plus her, because if I plus her, they just send the whole team of Thopters at her. Granted, that cushions my life total a lot, but... I think I'm just supposed to play Kaya. We don't care about the Strike It Rich so much. Like, she's gonna gain me life anyway, right? Like, we take out a Thopter, they have to split some of the damage over to the Kaya. We play another Kaya, we take out another Thopter. I think this is still right. Well, actually, with the second Kaya, maybe I'm supposed to plus and hit a creature and gain some life. Maybe. Mayhaps. That's what we're supposed to do. Mayhaps. Ooh, Jet, my walker. That's a good top deck for them. Now they can send all their damage at us. Scred Red's a cool little deck because it's really the only deck in Modern that will be playing something like Magma Jet. They just value that scry so much that they play kind of a normally very subpar deck. Let's see, I'm at 11. I'm going to go down to 8. Another Inquisition. I mean, Kaya represents 4 life gain because they have 2 creatures. I could also just attack with Gigantha, but they're at 20. I think that's foolish. I think I'm supposed to Kaya and actually I plus grabbing the Strike It Rich and one of the Pias. I can't do this play forever. They bottom both, which makes me also maybe confident with this play. I don't know, we have a game to give. We did beat them game 1. Kind of need to draw some, like, cards. Some actual cards. Some real Magic cards. So we went from 8 up to 10. See how they navigate. So 2 at Kaya, 1 at me. Okay. I mean, if I draw a removal spell for one of the Thopters, I kind of just get to keep plussing with Kaya. And try to work towards the ultimate, actually. Ooh, bolt. Why did you attack her twice then if you were going to bolt? Oh, I guess they didn't know if I had removal or not. Stony turns off their treasure, doesn't do much else. I am on the attacking plan now, unfortunately. Nothing in their hands, so these Inquisitions don't do anything. I'd rather not tap my Gigantha just to play a Stony. We also now have a better idea of like what they're boarding. I might just take out Croxa because they showed us 2, not just 1 relics. They showed us 2 Relic of Progenitus. I'm sure you're like maybe thinking to yourself, well, Bruce Pie, why did you fiddle around with those Kayas? Shouldn't you have just been going face? Yeah. Would love to draw like Helix would be something that I might not like take a step back and attack with Gigantha over. Oh boy. I think we're going to lose this one, folks. Now I'm dead to Thopter attack and bolts. I didn't have time to... It didn't make sense for me to play the Stony, but that's pretty much all I'm turning off. So I'm going to take out the Stony. I don't think it does enough, and I might also be taking out my Croxes, perhaps, or maybe just running only 1 Crox. I don't know, 3, that's the 3rd relic they've shown us. I think I just don't bother with Croxa if they're going to bring in that many. Alright, need to draw a removal spell right here. Ooh, excuse me, they hang back on a Thopter. What does that mean that they just drew? Did they just draw a burn spell? Well, if they drew a burn spell, then they should have... I should hold lands at this point. Did you draw something that deals damage directly? Huh. Maybe it's a Magma Jet? I'm trying to think of what it could be. I'm dead to Jet, I'm dead to Bolt, not dead to Scred, dead to Cough, not dead to Chandra necessarily. They play a Strike It Rich. Okay. Then they play Inferno Titan. They flashback a Strike It Rich. Just one Thopter. I'm making some weird decisions. Can I draw live? The answer is no. I feel like if they'd just been attacking me with the Thopters, I died, right? I mean, we may just be saying in a second here, like, oh, look, they drew the burn spell. It's like, well, yeah, so could I. I could have drawn removal too. Don't have it, opponent. Looks like they have it. Oh, that's a redraw. Ooh, I don't know. Now with Mind Stone, maybe I do want these. Maybe I do want the Stony, actually. But I don't think I want the Croxus. Why not Inquisition, says Guano? Because they were top decking and everything that they had drawn, they were playing out. Maybe it's good, though, too. I can't imagine they're sandbagging anything is why, Guano. We've been in top deck mode for a while. Lightning Bolt? Ratchet Bomb? Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking we leave in Stony, now that we've seen, like, Mind Stones and Ratchet Bombs. That's pretty normal for Red Scred. Wow, do we win? Maybe? I'll hand check them now. Ooh, General Ferris. Alright, let's see what the hand has got going on. The thing is I don't have any other multicolored, it's just a Blood Moon. I don't have any other multicolored cards in my hand, so I don't know if playing out General Ferris makes sense. DK says no, they've had a card in their hand for a few turns. It looks like it was a Blood Moon. So if I did tap Giganth, I could play out General Ferris. It doesn't really change anything, though. They've been blocking the Gigantha pretty aggressively. Yes, I'm still dead to Bolt. Yes, I'm still dead to... Right now I'm not dead to... Now I'm not dead to... Would love to see some more Manamorphose, right? Manamorphose would really be the way I want to play out Rockrick. So I'd kind of rather just, especially with this Ratchet Bomb, I'd rather just keep attacking with the Giganth. Dead to Koth as well. There's the Bolt. Hey. Still didn't kill them next turn. Alright, so we saw 3 Relics of Progenitus. Let's get off the Croxaplant. It's also slow. I mean, I know this is like a slower matchup, but even still. Do we actually want to fight over Blood Moon? I have one more card that I could use to fight their Blood Moons. Do we actually want to fight over that? Do we want the Rakdos Charm? Don't think I want the Terminates. I think I actually might be interested in these 2 cards. Fight over the Blood Moon. Fight over some of these artifacts they showed us. If you're wondering why I'm running a weird card like Tempest, I've been seeing some blue-white lists. Granted, those are blue-white control lists, but they're playing it for Enchantress. That's why I have it. It's not really for like Boggles or anything. This is good against Blood Moon. We probably just turn 1 the Border Post. Sand seems fine. Sand's a lot less vulnerable to Blood Moon. I have a Black Source that isn't stopped by Moon. I've got a Manamorphose, so don't really need to worry or fight over Moon. If they play their little Rampy spell, maybe I charm it. Don't think I'm playing anything here. Turn 2 plays. Don't really care about a Blood Moon if they do have it. I'm gonna let it go. I don't care about Scred at all, actually. Hardly at all. I don't care about the Relic, although it draws them a card. I might just take out the Ratchet Bomb because that represents taking out my... Honestly, I might just take the Relic just because it draws them a card. We've got a solid Black Source. I can Rakdos Charm this Ratchet Bomb. I just don't want them to draw anything else, really. Might just go get our Triome, even though I know they're gonna go for this moon. I don't care about Scred, really. I guess it kills Gigantha. I don't really care about this card, I don't think. They're in the red zone on their clock. Ooh, Mind Stone. I do want to Rakdos Charm that, don't I? We can wait to blow up the Ratchet Bomb till later. I guess I care about it like ticking all the way up to Border Post? Not really. Ooh, General. I think we just slam General and then worry about the Mind Stone, right? Nothing here's really all that scary. I mean, it stinks that I might lose the first Golem to the Ratchet Bomb, but I don't really care. Let's just slam General. And then our next move could be take out the Ratchet Bomb. I'm sure, like, Bruce Spy, aren't you being a little overconfident? I don't think so. I think this card's tough for them to remove. Right? There's a bunch of decks that this is the case. This card's just hard to remove because you want to play these mana-efficient spells, like Scred. Sure. They take a turn to do kind of nothing to my mana. Sure. Maybe I'm just supposed to take this out. Like, now I can just Metamorphose. Well, we need to be careful about the Ratchet Bomb in their hand. I don't want to go too crazy, actually, because of the Ratchet Bomb. I think I just blow up their Mind Stone, make one Golem, and attack. I think that's actually what I do. I could also just put Gigantha in my hand. No, I think I blow up the Mind Stone, right? I think I blow this up. It gets cantripped later. It's their 4th mana source. Let's tap differently. Yeah, let's kill this. Make a Golem, swing 3. We don't want to get crazy with the Metamorphose until, you know, we take care of this. We'll do it after combat, too. Go to blow up the Ratchet Bomb after combat. Because in response to the, you know, the Rip Apart or the Vindicate, probably be Rip Apart. In response to the Rip Apart on the Ratchet Bomb, they'll get to take out the Golems, but that's fine. Engineered Explosives or Ratchet Bombs can set back my token generation, and they do. Alright, Ratchet Bomb. Sure. We'll see if they let me attack them for 4. Go to combat. Because, like, you really want a 2-for-1 with this Ratchet Bomb, don't you? Don't you, opponent? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Oh, okay, well that's also a way to get rid of it. This is where I get greedy, right, folks? This is where we get greedy and I blow up one of their mountains. This is where we get greedy, right? Rebirth. So do we want to just hold a protection up for General Ferris? Probably not. Although, yeah, Rebirth doesn't save tokens. So that's not how that works with Scred. I also could just put Gigantha in my hand. I think I just blow up one of their mana sources, though. Make another Golem. They might have to start Scredding the Golems. They can't. They only have 3 snow. Awesome. Who's the land disruption deck now, right? Who's the land disruption deck now? We Rakdos charmed their Mind Stone. We vindicated a mountain. We win the match. Who's the land destruction deck now? It was always us. It was always us. They did get a game on us though. But it was always us. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. It's a nice, beautiful Thursday. Hope you guys are doing all right. Monkey is back, as you can see. Monkey is back. And we're playing with a companion, because it's actually not that difficult for us to just adjust. I turned like the Anger of the Gods into Clarions, other little changes. It didn't take that much modification to the deck to make us a Gigantha list. I've liked Gigantha just fine in this list. Just a consistent 5/5, a consistent multicolored card to trigger General Ferris. So much suspicion. Hey, what's up, Deadly? Very suspicious looking mountain. It was trying to blend in with all their other mountains, but we knew. We knew. We knew. We knew that it was needed to go. I'm not sure why something being vindicated removes it from existence. I'm not sure either. Ooh, this is a one-lander, but we're on the draw, but I don't like to keep one-landers. I don't really like to keep one-landers. This is a two-mana lander. Might put a lander back. Might put the Rebirth back. That's kind of like the extra spice. My opponent also mulliganed, so it's all good. Well, the same number of cards, kind of. I'm playing a companion. We'll kind of have the same number of cards after this mulligan. Kind of. Oh, they mulligan to 5? I'm going to keep here and put the Rebirth back. I think Rebirth is really, it's just when we know that they have removal for General. That's just a mana-efficient way to protect him from pretty much most things in the format that would actually kill him. And they're not many. It also saves him from a sweeper. So again, most things in the format that kill General, all the different sweepers. Oh, this matchup again. Okay. We beat them last league. Let's see if we can do it again. My hand certainly doesn't do all that great against them. I mean, I guess I can get basic... Oh boy. Alright. This is not great. This is not great. So we're playing against Amulet, and I don't have the things we really want in the main board. I'll admit, like, especially since we moved the second moon to the sideboard, I do tend to lose more game ones against them. But we'll win more of the post-board games. Alright, Amulet, Karoo land. Some people like to call these the bounce lands or Karoo lands. There's, yeah, there's a lot of different reasons. You're going to make me wish that I played out a fetch so I could have bolted. Play an Azusa, please, instead. Okay, cool. They're going to make me wish that I'd set up for Fatal Push instead of Bolt, I'm sure. Oh, maybe not. They were your first lands. Oh, Ravnica is a great set to have started Magic Deadly. Yep, now I wish I had led on Fatal Push. Yep. Yep. I have one card left. Alright, so we'll push this. And not be an idiot about it. I'm gonna go get basic Schwampy. I mean, Kai's Guile can work against them. Alright, you bought the Dimir Intrigues, you forever doomed yourself to loving Mill even though it sucks. So people have been trying to make Mill work. They have. Cavern. Actually, I should name Elder instead of... the uncounterability is irrelevant for our dude, and we have enough colors for that, but actually I might cut myself off Croxa if I don't choose Elder here. When really all I want to do is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually might want to hold up Kaya's Guile for a turn instead of putting Gigantha in my hand. I changed my mind. Now, obviously, if I had Crocs, I'd cast it because I would be interested to get their last card. Ooh, an Urza Saga. That sucks for us. Then they do nothing. Then they did nothing. Rags. Okay. Bolt and Kaya's Guile. Rags and Kaya's Guile. This would look mighty suspicious if I don't just go for the Rag Dash, right? Like, we have plenty of mana. Or do I want to just make it so that I don't have to pay for this guy later? I'm just going to cast it normally. Just considering the dash. Changed my mind. Changed my mind. So that's the issue with this in this matchup is like you can't really get the Edict off due to Urza Saga. They just like really, yeah, they just do a good job protecting the Titan from, you know. Now, granted, next turn I'll have Bolt the Construct, have Kaya's Guile, but Kaya's Guile won't kill the Titan. Would love to just kill this Amulet, then the Titan is a little bit less scary, less of an immediate like value finisher. Another Growth Chamber. Oh wow, do we have Titan now? We're just going for it? Or is this tap my Urza Saga, it returned Radiant Fountain? Okay. I'm fine with that too. K-Command. If I shock the Godless, does it change what I can do? No, it doesn't change what I can do. Well, yes, it does if the Ragavan connects, because then I'd have 6 mana. Yeah, that's true. Alright. It's a shock. And am I bolting, or am I K-commanding? I think I'm K-commanding. Treasure. Boreal Grazer. No thanks. No thanks. Yeah, I think against opponents that we know they don't have counterspells for general, I should just be naming Elder or Giant. Maybe I should name Giant instead of Elder because there are fewer Elders than there are Giants. And that's just because Kroxa is difficult. He's just the hardest, probably the hardest thing to cast in our deck, right? Specifically black, black, red, red. So you gotta make a construct, sure. You go get Expedition. Just probably go get Talaria West, right? Play another Urza Saga. Okay. Map, go get Talaria West. Tutor with Talaria West. Would love like a Thoughtseize now. Right? Does clear a path for Rags? We know their hand is the life gain land, and tutor and something else. Forest Garrison. Okay. Put Jegantha into my hand. Hopefully we get to kill this Titan with a Guile, and then they have to pay for Pact. It is the hope that we get to kill this Titan with the Kai's Guile. Probably make a dude. Sacrifice, make a dude, I think. Sure. Alright, prime time. I want to let them search before I show that I have a Kai's Guile. Even though you want a companion, you're sad they're in Magic at all. It seems wrong. Too big of an impact or something. Yeah, it kind of really changes how the game has played. The companions have really taken to the modern format primarily, but I mean, there are in some of the other formats here and there. Yeah, but I can still kill the prime time in response to them going and getting Colony Garden. It doesn't immediately put the plant into play, Tommy Goif, but that's very true. They could go get... since they don't have Amulet, it's not like they can go get untapped lands to immediately use the Saga. We'll be alright. Like, all these decisions I think I want them to make before... Okay, they went and got another Tolaria West. I think having the extra treasure is worth me taking some shock damage here. I think. So we'll just spend one treasure. Because pretty clearly our next turn is just putting Jegantha into play. I'll probably hold the Cavern. So down goes the Titan. They have to pay for Pact next turn. There is an extra Rags. That doesn't do anything. Actually, I should attack first, because what Ragavan sees could actually change. There could be a spell that I hit that I'd rather cast than Jegantha. Like, I might rather cast, like, a Prime Time. That's probably the only hit from Ragavan that I might stop. Yavimaya the hit? Okay. What I'm doing. Jegantha. Jegantha! Jegantha. Gotta pay for your Prime. Some respect, I mean. Doesn't stop them all that much, though. They don't have blue, though, necessarily for... well, they might go get the land that they need off of this Urza Saga, though. Oh, no, they already used up their Expedition map. I think they only run the one of. I think so. Construct. Stopping my Rag attacks. I mean, I have an extra Ragavan in my hand. I might still just throw this under the bus. So they go and get an Amulet. Amulet's quite good for them to go tutor for. Yeah, Urza Saga looks really good for Titan decks. I'm surprised we're still playing Magic. Usually, game ones that I don't like get some, like, you know, something really fast going, or... This has been an interesting game one. I usually don't have this much play game one against Titan. I mean, we're still playing Magic, and they've already fully used, like, 2 Sagas. We're still playing Magic despite a Titan. That might be coming to an end. This is a lot more mana than I want. Castle. So we know their hand is a Talaria West. There's a Dreadbore. Could dread the Construct. And hope to hit something juicy off this Ragavan. Dreadbore's kind of awkward against Titan with the Amulet of Vigor anyway, and they have the Slayer Stronghold and such. They could always make a mistake. But let's serve them for the full damage. Give me something. Amulet, huh? I also have an amulet. Now, what kind of decks want cards like Serum and Opt? Control, yes. Tempo, control. I think Subtlety is more of a tempo card than a control card, but I've been seeing people trying to jam it into their control decks. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to play out the other Ragavan. Maybe I was not supposed to attack with Gigantha, because Gigantha can block a chunk of the primetime damage, and then we hope to, like, Dreadbore that instead. Like, maybe I was just supposed to swing with the Spirit and hold back on the Gigantha, block the Titan. I don't know. Earlier we chose losing 2 life over spending a treasure. Now, like, we'd rather be at 15 because they deal 14. I think they deal 14 if they have kind of all the pieces they need, which it looks like they're going to. There you go. It's okay, we tend to lose a reasonable number of game ones against Titan, and then we can win the post-board games. We, you know, can kind of pull them apart a little bit with our hand disruption, slam a Blood Moon. It's kind of the game plan for this matchup. They could always make a mistake. I don't think they're going to. They have an active Valakut with Dryad. They have an Amulet. They have the Slayer's Stronghold. They're going to go get the Boros Garrison. So that's 3 Valakut triggers. Their clock is a lot lower than mine, is a lot of the reason why I'm having them. I'm sure you're like, Bruce, why are you making them go through this? Their clock is significantly lower than mine. That was game 1, and they're already down to past half their clock. So that would be why. Vindicate 2, Practice Charm. We just played this matchup earlier tonight, so let's bring in the same things. Kaya does hit Amulet. Kaya does hit the Karn tokens. Vindicate can hit a Titan. Sorry, Kaya's Guile can hit a Titan, but what's not that exciting? The Helixes, the Bolts, maybe even the Pushes. I think Dreadbore's also kind of... Soren can go too. And I'm sure You're sitting there thinking, Bruce, by some of that stuff has to come back in. Yes, yes it does. They do play engineered explosives to clear my General Ferris rock rig tokens. They may have brought that in regardless. Crocs is a little slow for this matchup, honestly. Clarion actually can clean up their tokens from their Urza sagas pretty nicely. I actually don't hate this card coming in. Surgical can work sometimes. You just surgical the Titan. I know it's kind of a cheeky way to win, but their deck does very little when you take that card away from them. These came in to also hit Amulet, right? Terminates are still great. I like Terminate a lot. Fatal pushes over bolts because this answers their 3-drop. So we'll still play those, I think. And then I have room for like a Clarion, which I might like more than the Dreadbores. Dreadbore, it's mostly due to its sorcery speed. That's why it's a bit of a pain. The Hiri doesn't hit Amulet. I might just run a Singleton Clarion. The life gain boost off this isn't that bad either. If we want to fight over engineered explosives, you play the Stony. I don't think I'm going to. Doesn't fight much else. It just stops that, and it hurts, what, 4 of our cards? Just stops engineered. It's important to stop their engineered explosives, though, for General Ferris' sake. They don't really want to do engineered explosives on 0 because they're trying to make constructs. I'm gonna play the Clarion. We have like room for one other card. It could also just be Sorin. But oftentimes, out of Amulet Titan, their constructs aren't more than 2/2s or 3/3s. Sand has a plan. Disruption, General Ferris needs to see 3rd land in the next few turns, though. But we'll keep it. It's got good colors-ish. We're already banking on a 3rd land. Hopefully not one of the 2 Cabinet Souls. Kind of hoping for a different land. But yeah, we get to snag the Amulet maybe off this Black Cleave. My opponent's mulliganing, so this is going to be even better. Opponent mulligans to 5. This Inquisition might be even better. It is even better. That's just math. That's just how hand disruption works. It's how hand discard spells work. The only mistake I could make is forgetting to lead with Blackleaf Cliffs. Ah, tracker, huh? With a hand like this, I could actually ignore the Amulet and just take the tracker. I know you're like, but Bruce Spy, didn't you want to get the Amulet so bad? I guess. I care more about tracker. What made you choose Inquisition over Thoughtseize? You have a hard time deciding. Since we're mid-rangey, I kind of need to respect the different burn decks in the format. The prowess. Just different aggressive decks in the format. I need to respect them. That's really it. Alright, so we did not hit. My hand is bad until we find that 3rd land. Gotta draw our first... I would even take a Metamorphose. Metamorphose would let me Rakdos Charm their construct. Honestly, if we draw 3rd land, we're slamming General Ferris, and we'll deal with all their stuff after we make contact. We're gonna slam this. Hopefully, we're just 1 land away, folks. We're just 1 land away. Metamorphose, we draw that. We're gonna cast it as well. Just need 1 more mana source. It's gonna be okay. We got time. They mulligan to 5, and I took their Tireless Tracker. Just a little itty bitty 2/2 they're making here. Little itty bitty tutu. Little itty bitty tutu. Ooh, never mind. Instead of making a construct, they played Dryad. That's respectable. Alright, land please, land please, land, 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 land. It's a painful land, though. Painful land. We want black, black, right? No, Crocs is not even in. What's my hand want? Double black? Still probably wants double black because Rakdos terminate. Might even just go Blood Crypt, honestly. Ow. Hoop ha. Hiya. Hoop ha hiya. Oh yeah, deadly. Yeah, it's important that the fetches get reprints every so often, just since they're so important to these older formats. Really can't play them without them. That's something that I more or less have on my stream. I almost have a full set of the fetches. I have, where am I missing? I'm missing one Verdant, I'm missing some Scalding Tarns, and I'm missing some Misty Rainforests. But other than that, I almost have a full set of the fetches, so that I can get in and out of decks. That way I only have to, I don't have to rent full mana bases often. We're just borrowing the cards that make up the deck of the day. More things to archive trap you with, yes. Yes. Telaria West. I mean, they have a lot less mana to work with if I... Ooh, wow, we drew a Manamorphose. Fantastic. Just like we drew it up, folks. We hit that third land like a pro player would. And now we're going to blow up their amulet. And actually, I might make them discard. I don't have Revolt this turn. But yeah, we could kill the Dryad. But also taking out Amulet and making them discard produces a similar, they can't cast their prime time. Produces a similar effect. We got 2 golems coming in hot next turn. Gotta put the kids to bed. Oh yeah, absolutely deadly. I will see you, my friend. Ooh, am I gonna get to blow up that Selesnya Sanctuary? With my Vindicate? Or Moto has different plans. That's really not good. I may have just killed us accidentally. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right? So I'd floated this and then I hit the wrong hotkey. It's not even, I even fixed my hotkeys. to ones that I'm used to. And what happened there? I think I accidentally hit Q, and I was trying to auto mana. What's my auto mana key? Let's just lock it into our mind. It's E. So I meant to indicate this. It's so juicy. No. Oh, am I gonna lose now? Maybe. You're ruining everything, Plains. Now is my own fault. I intended to cast this. I intended to cast my Vindicate. Oh boy. We're just being nice to our opponents. I might even just push the Grazer, which seems bad, and I don't really want to do that. There's a Valakut. Wow, that's so sad. That's just so sad. Alright, so we get a free Golem, because we're running the Border Post still as a fun of. I'm down to just a 1 of now. Actually, we played 0 last league, but I'm running 1 again. Alright, and then let's actually Vindicate that. Alright. They showed us Dismember, by the way. Dismember does not deal with... It doesn't deal with Kroxa really either, oftentimes. That was a little embarrassing, and we still managed to win. Yeah, I just don't want to fall behind the constructs. There was a game that we lost. We didn't lose the match, but we lost a game earlier against... yeah, Dismember. I don't know what you're trying to do with that. We lost a game earlier to Amulet Titan. Not a match, but a game, because I didn't bring in something like Clarion. Still hoping to get him with the Surgical, which is just hilarious, right? It's very greedy to try. I mean, like, the first Titan we're answering with what? Terminate, Guile, Thoughtseize is the plan? Vindicate, even? No, that's not the plan. I'm looking at the plan, right? The plan seems to be we aim one of these at Titan, and then we Surgical it. Guess we could also Surgical the packs. So then these also are live, and then these aren't live. So it's, I mean, it's these cards here that are, these 10 or so that seem to be turning on the 1 of Surgical. I think that's fine, actually. I think Clarion just being give my team lifelink, kill some constructs is actually reasonable. I don't think I'd put both in, because it's just here for constructs. No Blood Moon hand. We have Needle Thoughtseize, though, so I can make the constructs not a thing. This hand looks fine. There's the Clarion, so we'll see. Fatal Push for their 3-drop. Tireless Tracker. Ooh, my mouse is doing weird things. Do you see that? Here it's able to move cards, but here it's not. Okay, we're good again. That was really weird for a second there. My mouse was doing weird things. Alright, we are still on the Blood Moon plan. No Surgical, sadly. Alright, so I do have removal for the Dryad. I think I'm just supposed to take Titan here. That turns on the Surgical as a top deck as well, which I do think we want to do. They top decked an Urza Saga. Pretty good. We'll needle it. Urza Saga will still search up stuff. And I'm sure you're like, but Brew Spy. The only other thing I could stop is like Talaria West. I could name Talaria West, I suppose. But I don't really, like, this isn't really a great way to fight over Saga, the Clarion. It's really not. So we'll make it so we don't have to do that. It's not really a great way to do it. If I fatal push, I'm cutting us off of either red or white. Because my hand has 2 Vindicates, I'm actually leaning towards white. What's up, Thornside? How you doing, my friend? What's up, Seth? Sorry, it took me a second. I forgot your username. No, you will not, opponent, make constructs. Have you seen this card, Seth? This card's so stupid. Alright, Dryad. Just a very stupid card. Got Metamorphose, so let's actually go Blood Crypt, since we have Metamorphose. I know I was saying I want white because of these, but let's just kill this on time. People want it banned? Oh, we do. We the people, we do want it banned. Float Vindicate colors, I think. Ooh, alright, so we could Vindicate, and I'm sure you're like, Bruce Spy, you have to. I get it. They have double Simic, though. This is an opportunity to get rid of the amulet. But we'd rather do that later with Kaya, right? Like, don't we want to just get the Kaya going now? No, this is like the play. We thought about it for a brief moment. Maybe I'm just supposed to Vindicate, kill both of their Simic Growth Chambers. I know we were hoping for a Blood Moon, but I've drawn the 2 Vindicates instead. Maybe we'll cool it a turn and just exile the amulet. Yeah. Go get your map. Go get your expedition map. You'll like it too. Go get it. They just get another amulet, actually. Oh, my sweet baby Rays. They have all they need. They drew a Summoner's Pact. Could we have killed something else? I mean, I guess I could have Kaya'd an amulet away. Yep, and they had a Karoo land in their hand, so this is 6. Play Titan. Kill me. That stinks. Yep, that's game. Happens. Sometimes you blow up their Karoo land and then they just have double amulet and kill you anyway. Guys, we just needed to draw our surgical. We did get to Thoughtseize at prime time. Think about it. We'll be 1 for 1 for this matchup in the league. It's fine. We lost some percentage points for this match when we decided to move the second moon to the sideboard. It's a shrug. I don't think we're not necessarily unfavored for this matchup. They really don't have a way to deal with General outside of trying to attack the tokens themselves with like an engineered explosives. Whoa. They did not, huh. I was like, why aren't they giving this haste? Oh, they have a second Titan? They have another Summoner's Pact. Well, they better kill us right now. I think they're going to be able to. This is the second one. We killed the first one. They better kill us right now. Silence says second Titan. I was just like really confused that they didn't. So there's the garrison. 3 minutes to do all this nonsense. They're gonna get it through, I'm sure. It's because double amulet. So I guess we should have gone after an amulet. It was very greedy for me to blow up their double land. Like, it made sense at the time to Vindicate the double. I guess we should have gone after an amulet. It's okay, we'll learn from it. Give that vigilance, give that haste, give that vigilance, give that haste. That's a pretty nutter's draw from our opponent. Could we draw like this for the rest of our league? I would enjoy it. That'd be nice. What was our next draw? A land. So we're 1-1 for the Amulet Titan matchup. It's tough. We lose some percentages since cutting Moon from the main. That's pretty much it. I think that Ragavan actually also, though, like, yes, we moved the second Moon to the sideboard, but I do think that by extension, bringing back Ragavan to the archetype, to the list, to our list here, I do think that this helps that matchup a little. Just makes us go faster. It's fine. We're 2-1. Can't really complain too much. That matchup really can be little things like, did we win the die roll, this and that. I might hold this so we get the free golem. We got stable mana. Hey, good luck and have fun. This is certainly a hand from us that just like needs them to have some creatures, right? Good luck, have fun. I don't know what we're supposed to be fetching for yet, so I don't think I will. Well, now I know a little bit. Inquisition, sure. It's just like Grief Ephemerate. It's this Black-White Taxes, no Yorion. I don't know. Could be a number of things. This is like what happened last league when we played against Affinity, right? We won against them and then we lost against them. So like I'm liking that a lot of our matchups, like it's painful to lose that. Oh wow, they take a Vindicate. What does that say against or about? I'm gonna get the Triome because I don't think Moon's gonna be all that great. Don't think it will be. Maybe I just do want to play out this border post, actually. Like, we've got Gigantha we're working towards. Like, yes, this will sometimes make us a token. I think I actually just play it out. But its primary purpose is we want to make the golem with it. We'll play out the border post. This gives us 2 black sources for Croxode if we did draw Blood Moon. And we're not likely to when it's just the singleton. We kind of would like to draw it though, seeing what they're up to over there. Ooh, I meant to play the Swamp actually because I think I'm putting Gigantha in my hand. I think I was supposed to, yeah. I was sitting there thinking like maybe I'll sit on the draw with this. No, we're putting Gigantha in hand. So, oh, they're Abzan. That makes a lot more sense. This makes a lot more sense now. But they just have a lot of their answers. I'm assuming they have like an Abrupt Decay for our little friend. Reasonable chance that there's like an Assassin's Trophy. Reasonable chance that there's a Path to Exile, so I don't want to go get our other basic with this. It's just like Siege Rhino. Voidwalker, sure. We should bolt that, actually. Maybe you terminate. I'm going to bolt it. I'm going to path their own dude. Ooh, they want to ephemerate. Okay. I'm just going to go get it. Because Blood Moon is one of our better draws. Yeah, so they're like the Siege Rhino-y ephemerate kind of nonsense. It's cute. Don't really think it's very good, but played my 5/5. Speaking of not very good, opponent exchanged 2 cards with my 2 cards. That's essentially what happened. Voidwalker. Tarmogoofy. Push. Crocs. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. They're probably playing Tarmogoofy, so I actually would rather just bolt the Voidwalker here. Wow, they dump a Siege Rhino. Speaking of Siege Rhino. Plains does not let me cast the Crocside. Oh, I sequenced that wrong. Whoops. I meant to bolt first, then do Crocside. That's horrific. That's actually maybe the second time I think I've done that with Voidwalker, embarrassingly. Oh, there goes my graveyard anyway. But that still, like, I shouldn't make a simple mistake like that. I had all the information. I'm not actually going to play this out. Get 2 cards left. I'm not going to play this out. I don't really want to answer the Spirit. I'd rather ignore it. This is a Siege Rhino. This is a Grief. Yeah, it's a little embarrassing, folks. I'm sorry you had to see that. I messed up. I've done messed up. They'll probably take the Fatal Push anyway because it hits Shambling Vent. I'm going to take my Dreadbore. So yeah, they're doing the whole Grief Ephemerate thing. I don't think this deck's very good, but I did make a very big mistake. It's okay. We'll learn from it. There's a Blood Moon. Do I want to thin, or do I want to hold this? I probably want to hold this. So this cuts them on white. Doesn't cut us on anything. This is a great draw. Maybe. I mean, they have trophies. If you're wondering, Bruce, why not go get... I don't have another Plains. Okay. We want to hold 2 lands because we had discoveries. Our companion's down. It got trophied. Terminate, we can hit pretty much anything they want to slap on the sword. A little bit of draw go here. Draw go. There's a Kaya's Guile for me. Reasonable chance that General Ferris dies, right? Because Sword of Fire and Ice actually hits him. Wish I had enough mana to also Kaya's Guile. Maybe I should have waited until I could do that. So they do have quite a few cards that can hit him. Take my Kaya's Guile. So we don't care about the Voidwalker. I do care about Stoneforge if they were to find a light source. I just hope they don't. I think I just take the push so that when we do start making tokens, double Stoneforge. Alright. I think it's still correct to take a Stoneforge. Overgrown, huh? Drew Kaya's Guile. Make our token. A menagerie here. Maybe I was supposed to terminate my own spirit. Seems bad. Down to 3. I mean, I've played this matchup where sometimes they have like the nuts where they get to grief you with the ephemerate turn 1. It happens. I don't think they're gonna play into the Blood Moon, and they're also when they're on the play, I'm less into it. I'd rather just attack their equipment. Just fight over their equipment. The Clarion hits Stoneforge and Voidwalker. That's about it. Kaya's let us fight over. Kaya's are actually one of our few ways to fight over the big equipment, the one that's got the indestructibility going on. Because we got to exile the germ. A little awkward for us. We want these. I'm less excited about that much hand disruption. Although maybe it's necessary when they're on the play. But I mean, this game turns into a top deck slog. It turns into a top deck war. So these do well. We hope it turns into a top deck war. I should preface what I was trying to say there. We hope that this turns into a top deck war. Also, these do make the Ragavans more of a thing. Vindicates a lot of mana to remove what I'm trying to remove. The Rip Apart is better. These Helixes are probably wrong. It's not like they're hyper aggressive. We can get away without having those. So I think this is actually what we're going to do. So I am going to be running some... I actually would rather be able to get like the Siege Rhinos, get the Griefs, get the Cauldra, like the big... It's slim on Inquisition, some amount. Let's play our Kayas. Let's play our Nahiri. We'll still run like one Inquisition, I guess. Or I could just play a Vindicate. Let's do that. Gigantha. So Cavern's going to need to name Giant or Elder. We can keep this. I want to keep a 7 against their deck. Alright, no turn 1 Grief shenanigans. Good. Try and go. Hope you guys are enjoying your stay. Hopefully I'm doing a good job commentating what's going on here. So my Abzan opponent is, yeah, I mean, they're just like an Abzan Stoneblade with some blinky stuff going on. Neat little deck. Voidwalker. Don't have removal for just yet. I could try to Manamorphose into it. Be a little painful to do so, though. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of what we're doing right here. Because if I Thrilling, yeah, I think we're gonna stop there. I think I changed my mind because I was like, okay, if we play another Morphos, what am I doing? Oh, I'm just discovering. Oh, well, what I want to discover is the Crocs. Oh, they have Voidwalker. There's kind of just like a chain of like, oh. Yeah, we don't want to do that. It's fine. Another Voidwalker, huh? Exiled Morphos, I think. So drawn a Fatal Push. Do we want to test their hand to make sure they don't have, oh, I don't know, a lot of different cards? Probably not. I probably just want to go Cavern, say go. And then push a Voidwalker. Or even Kaya's Guile. Away a Voidwalker. Still named Giant here. We have good colors for General Ferris. White, red. Might be correct to actually just gain the life here. We could see them take Croxa and then it gets exiled. We could see them take General Ferris. A lot of different things they could do with this Inquisition. They might take the push. Look at me and my opponent trying to play fair Magic. Well, I guess there's a couple things about our deck we're trying to do that aren't really so fair, which is the Manamorphose plus General. It's about it for our deck. It's really the only like unfair thing. Well, Monkey. Sorry, we have like 3 things we're doing that are kind of on the unfair perhaps. All right, this is making me miss playing Magic. There's just too many things to do and not enough time. I know, right, Seth? I know, right? They take our awesome, super awesome 3-drop. How do you feel about General Ferris Rockrick, by the way, Seth? I don't know if I got your thoughts on this card. I think this card's silly. I think this card is pretty darn good. So my opponent is going to use their Dalfi. What did they exile again? Oh, are they going to cast mine? Beat me at my own game. Speaking of silly cards, like we have to draw an answer to that stat. Like I think I'm supposed to cast the Manamorphose and try to dig to a way to beat that. Our Blood Moons aren't in right now, right? Yeah, they're not, so it doesn't really matter what or how I fetch. I guess I'll still get the Swampy. Just gonna tap like this. Because I'm thinking I might still play Crocs if you're wondering why I left that open. So we're on red and black. Another Morphos. Got black. Actually, no, I should have tapped the Cavern at this point, because like I need an answer to the General Ferris that I didn't find. And like now, if I Thrilling Discovery, there's quite a few of them I can't cast. So we kind of put ourselves in a pickle. Kind of put us in a pickle. Actually, that's not true. I could still Croxa and Thrilling. Right? No, I can't. Yes, I can. Nakai doesn't really help us. Fatal Push is going to be more mana efficient for answering the first golem they make. It's kind of, though, too tempting to dump the Croxa, because that's kind of a freebie. I'm actually just going to do that. And do I Needle Stoneforge, or do I Needle Sword? Oh, this is all sorts of problematic for us, folks. This is actually going all sorts of haywire. Yeah, their Voidwalker taking my General Ferris was awful for us, actually. Maybe losing to it. There's Liliana to think about their Stoneforge. Probably still just name Stoneforge. We'll hang back on the Spirit because it could block General Ferris. We did draw an answer to the General Ferris, but I need to Fatal Push how many golems we'll see. This is a Assassin's Trophy, my land. On my needle. Okay. Yes. It's too bad that I don't have enough mana to like Guile there. Anyway. Oh, we're in trouble, folks. I need to like hope they don't have another multicolored spell. I need to push and Guile. Looks like they have another multicolored spell, so we just lose. Good chance that I lose now. I'm telling you, this card's that absurd. Good thing we took game 1. So that's really sad that we're going to lose to General. I mean, I can Kaya push. Like that is another line. Is Kaya push? Let's play this. Like we're not like completely dead, just mostly. And they don't run as many multicolored cards as I do, so we might actually catch back up to them. But you're just seeing firsthand, like why General Ferris is as good as, like I think he's worth building decks around. To take the Guile because that would answer the General Ferris. I don't have enough multicolored spell, bro. Really? You don't run as many as we do. Come on, I know that for sure's. I opened it at your pre-release kit and then didn't do anything with it. Good thing you opened 2 of them. Yeah, I think the card is like way better than people give. Whoa, they didn't kill my Kaya? Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Let's not forget we have Croxa in the bin, so we should continue to float red. Let's go red-black. Drew a bloodstained. That is not great. Oh, no. Croxa's exiled because it hit the bin when the Voidwalker was out. Never mind. I'm sitting here thinking we have a Croxa. I don't have. I was looking at the wrong thing. That's our actual graveyard. My bad. So am I just putting Gigantha in our hand? I mean, certainly I'm going to gain some life. That's a freebie. Voidwalker and something else. I get it can be strong. I just opened a multicolored card. Yeah, there's not enough that's multicolored in the format, I think, for him to be good in the format, which kind of makes me sad a little. Yeah, I guess I'm just putting Gigantha in my hand. I don't really want to play out this other Bloodstain. Your move. Now, that was a slick move from our opponent. But, like, that begs the question, which, by the way, if the General is the best thing that my opponent's doing and it's not in their deck, shouldn't they adjust their colors? Just a thought. Just a thought. Or Monkey, for that matter. Okay, are they going to attack my Kaya this time? No. No respect for Kaya. No respect for Kaya. Alright, Thoughtseize for us. I'm very low, though. If they cast pretty much any multicolored spell here, I'm nearly dead, right? There's an Ephemerate, there's a Dang, and then there's this card that they didn't want to cast yet. So we take the Crime Punishment, and then we play Gigantha, they kill Gigantha. Okay. They have Ephemerate, so even if I tried, I'm not going to be able to kill unless I have a Kaya's Guile. Good to know. I mean, yeah, I think we just have to take the Crime and Punishment because if they draw a land. Could I possibly take the Dam and hope they don't draw a land? Oh, this is from an opponent's graveyard. Yeah, I think we're actually okay to leave the Crime and Punishment. It needs an enchantment. It needs a creature. So actually we just take the Dam, right? So their hand is that big silly spell and also an Ephemerate. Play Gigantha, exile Dalfi, and something else. wonder what their exile zone is comprised of so far. 4 cards? That's revealed. Your exile zone. Let's keep that next to the Kaya so we're thinking about how much damage she's going to deal. She currently deals that many. Rakdos Charm. I don't think I'm supposed to attack with Gigantha. I think I'm supposed to hang back. Am I scared of their top decks? Yes. I'd be less afraid to attack with Gigantha if I ulted this Kaya. Void Walker. Okay. Let's not forget that they have not forget. It's opponent, right? General Ferris of my own. That should do it, right? I mean, it's still close. I know that, but I think I actually should ult my Kaya and play the other Kaya instead of just having the random Rakdos Charm. See what happens. I mean, I know the Voidwalker could become the Kaya, which is a little awkward, but not that awkward. I don't think they actually want to give up the Voidwalker for most anything right now. So we exchange life a little bit. Kaya number 2, make a Golem. Yeah, there's no removing their Voidwalker, really. They won't double block my Gigantha. Can't imagine they would. They might block in like Ephemerate, though. We'll see if they want to do that. It's fancy. I just take it. The thing is the Rakdos Charm has the first Golem that they make checked. Or not. I'm going to evoke a Grief and take the Rakdos Charm, actually. They're going to need to ephemerate their Grief. There's more than enough cards for... I just need to protect the Kaya now, right? I don't know if I can, though, because they have a Shadow and a Menace creature. Because another Kaya ultimate would definitely be lethal now. I wonder if I was hasty on the other Kaya. Did they not? Did they decide not to ephemerate their Grief? No, they still can. Right here. There you go. keep it. It seems good to me. Their hand is a. Do we know what it is? I think their hand is actually one unknown card because this is what they exiled. Voidwalker. Oh, so they do want to cast the Kaya over the Voidwalker. I think they're supposed to maybe consider hitting with Voidwalker, though. Maybe not. So they go Voidwalker, Voidwalker to cast the other Kaya. This is Battle of the Kayas. This is interesting. Yep, they do get the token. Actually, this isn't so bad, right? They'll minus to take out my Golem. This will be interesting. We'll see. If one unknown, yes, they're going to get another Ephemerate. So they're going to minus here to, oh, or they don't. Why wouldn't you minus there to kill my Golem? That seems strange to me. I could have sworn that's what they were doing. Ooh, we draw Sorin, that's just like game, maybe. Immediately. So if I attack like that, how do they block? They're at 9, so they have to block. They ignore the Gigantha and they block. They're not. Yeah, I think this is great. We don't need the General Ferris anymore where we're going. So they want to trade off their generals. And okay. Down to 4. Yeah, Sorin I think is a really juicy top deck for us. Or it is. It's one of the strongest. It's one of my few 4-drops. We have like a Nahiri floating in this deck too, but like Sorin can really be strong like that. Even if they blew up the world, I'm not dead to a Kaya, their Kaya ulting. Like, even if they played Dam here, and Dam is one of the cards we give up by being a Gigantha deck, by the way. It could be in our list, right? Good games, buddy, says he bought it. Let's see. That was interesting. Alright, good game and good luck with the rest of your league. That's what I'll say. I've got a board game thing tonight, folks, in a few minutes. And by a few, I mean a couple of minutes. Thank you guys so much for coming. You see how my friend is coming, see if they're ready. They say, lol, you too. Just before I queue us for another, I'll put the deck list obviously up while we're deciding. I'm deciding, you guys are deciding, right? Do you even want to stay, right? Do you really want to watch this deck? Yeah, it's Mardu, right? It's Mardudes. That's what we're calling the deck, Seth. Mardudes. Who really wants to watch Mardudes? See what they say. Yeah, I think the Sorin is actually really sweet. Has good synergy for Croxa, good synergy for General Ferris. I've liked it a lot that we've kept one in the main board. It's nice to just have like a big bomb we can hit. Besides just Nahiri, I feel like I like Nahiri much more out of the side. I like her a lot more, I think, when we know it's going to be grindy and her modes are going to be maximized. And I think she certainly could be in the main board, but yeah, she got to head out. All right, Seth. Well, I'll see you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming to hang out at the Bruce by the Magic Guy show. Got a few other decks that we're working on as well. Later, dude. This is one of the more fair decks, though. Like, we're not really doing anything unfair, per se. Like, yes, we're playing 0 mana spells with our General Ferris. Manamorphose. Is that really all that unfair? I don't think so. I think it's pretty par for the course for Modern. The prowess decks were doing it. And they weren't making 4/4s right there. We're just growing their team, which is really good. I mean, I'm not saying that like we're the better Manamorphose deck or anything. I do think that we're doing some really powerful things for a mid-range deck to be doing. And you guys know that I don't normally build or play mid-range. We were jamming like a Wynota deck for a bit. We were trying to buy time while my friend gets back to me. Yeah, we're working on this Wynota list. It got some changes with Modern Horizons 2 for sure. Like, we're playing Endurance. We're playing... I snuck a Gorilla Shaman in our sideboard, Jade. Endurance. There's the Brea's Apprentice as well. I was very impressed with this card, actually. I did not think it was going to be all that great. This card's actually quite good. In our deck, anyway. So this is another hit that's... it's not as immediately useful as something like Spyro is, so let's not necessarily compare the cards to one another. But what Brea's Apprentice is bringing to the table is it's a human that's attached to a non-human, which is huge for Wynota. This is... and what it's making is evasive, so that's not a that's not a bad thing at all, that it's evasive. You know, like Pia Nalar, Pia and Kieran Nalar. These are making evasive non-humans. Same why I still really like the Gilded Goose. I'm going to be playing some number of Ignobles, but I want to actually play Rags in this list too, maybe. See that I've added some Ragavens to this build too. So we've kind of got this like artifact sub-theme going on in this deck. As you can see, like main deck Spellskite, we don't mind. It draws us a card in the worst case. So like really while we're playing Breas, it's not so much for the combat trick. It's for the exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. He himself is an artifact creature, so he always at least lets us kind of see 2 cards. And then you put this card alongside all these other artifacts, and you'll see we actually have a lot of artifact generation. Let me show you how much synergy we've got. More than it might look like. So the Brea's Apprentices themselves, remember, he can sacrifice himself. He is generating value for even himself. The Pia and the Pia and Kieran. So we've got about 13, 17 pieces of synergy here. Also, all of my green fetches are have access to the cabin. As long as we have Yavimaya, or we have a forest, we can get to this card and generate. So it's not hard for me to have some artifacts lying around for Apprentice, even though we're not like an Asmore, cookbook deck. Post board, I don't really have any more artifacts to bring in, as you can see. But I've really liked this deck. We were trying really, really hard to make a Naya deck work in Modern. I think this deck just has so many creatures that I think Ragavan, just by sheer just so many other creatures in my list, he may live just because they run out of removal. The other deck that I'm working on, there's one super secret deck I'm working on that I'm not sharing just yet, but the other deck that we're working on, just so you guys can stay up to speed with some of the other decks I'm working towards. There's also Shark Tank. This is Shark Tank version 1.0. This was after we talked about it for a little bit, and I realized that we actually can play a companion in this list if we wanted to. I don't know if we want to. And somebody suggested, Bruce, why don't you run some Restore Balances too, just as a sweeper? We need to be careful with it, though. Cast outs, Cryptics, cycle this, cycle these, cycle these. Alright, cool. Explosives is just solid right now, and it's another thing for my Talari to go get. Claims, endings. Blast zones here. These are here. Wests are here. Sorry, excuse me. These are actually here because yes, it costs us like 3, but it replaces itself. You go get a land. The reason that my mana is a little bit jacked, like there's some snows and some non-snows, was we were considering playing Gifts Ungiven. I still kind of like the idea of a Gifts Ungiven, but not anymore. We cut it. So maybe something like this. Can you guys see all the cards? Yeah, you can. So something like this was what we were thinking. And you might be like, whoa, 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 what the heck is Shark Tank, Bruce By? So Shark Tank is a build that I was working on for Legacy. The Shark Typhoons technically can be here, but you kind of do want to make the token. Even in a list like this, you do want to make the 1/1. But yeah, so you're kind of like this blue-white control that's playing a lot of artifacts, a lot of cyclers, right? And so you're cycling, and then you either suspend or, in an ideal world, we get to just play As Foretold and just cast the Resurgent Belief. And Resurgent Belief doesn't stay suspended for very long. This is our Builder on card. This is a modern legal replenish. So the Legacy replenish deck was just playing replenish. Deck was referred to lovingly as Shark Tank. I think this is a cool little Kihira build. We may not need it though, but we don't have any creatures, so it kind of made me be like, made me think, oh yeah, we could just play her perhaps. Maybe not. Doesn't have any synergy. It's just a consistent, 3/2 we can go get. I do wish that it itself had lifelink. That would be good. But just having an extra card can be important, more important than an extra sideboard card, I think. I was trying to look into if there were other different companions we could run in the shell. There really aren't many. Yeah, there really aren't many. And, like, yeah, we don't have Kihira as a companion if we bring in the Vidilian Clicks, but I think that's fine. One more Teferi to bring in. Seems good. Some forces. I don't know if we want Fluster more than we want. I'm not sure. Or like a mystical dispute. Stoney's good right now, so I just added 2. We have 2 seals. We actually have these Porphyry nodes. We need to be careful when we bring these in, because there are matchups that they won't be very good. But yeah, there's just a few different decks we're working on. If you guys want to see these decks, actually I should add Shark Tank 1.1 to the Discord. If you want to see these decks in action, or these lists, you want to borrow my lists, or you want to borrow lists from other folks in the Discord, go ahead and join that Discord. As you can see, we have a lot of different lists that, ooh, I almost just spoiled the sub list to you guys. You didn't see it, did you? Upload. Almost. I don't know if any of you guys are... Steve is a little wary of the free games from, not Twitch, but from something like at the Epic Game Store. But I do like picking these up because I'm not as worried about my data. Maybe I will be. Maybe I'll turn into him someday and feel the very same way. But hey, there's a free game on there right now. They just had Control, which is like a truly awesome, like, AAA title in my mind. It's not up anymore, but it was for a few days there. Jay, do we get a kick out of this, by the way? Something else that I'm doing is I'm messing around with this game. I wonder if I can make it smaller. Oh, I'm defeated. This is actually like a game you can get on your smartphone, but this is like a... I've just been having this run in the background. It's like a little tower defense game. It's kind of fun. But anyway, something I've had... Like, I was trying to find like a good idle game for me. I think this is where I'm at. You're still doing Legends of Idyllium? Yeah, I think this is where I'm at with like my commitment to an idle game, actually. I looked up that you actually can get this on your smartphone, but I actually rather have it on my PC because you can just like let it idle and the game is doing things. Let's bet it, and then I leave it. It's very, very little that you have to do. It's like, did we unlock something? Nope. Put it back. But the legacy deck, let's see. Actually, I'll give you one hint. I'll give you guys one hint at the super secret list. Here you go. You guys get one hint. The super secret squirrel list that I'm working on is maybe playing this card. There's your hint. It's not this though. It's not like a... It's not really trying to play fair magic. Those are your two hints. It's also a general Ferris Rockrick deck. And no, it's not like all the other Rockrick decks that you guys have maybe seen. You may have seen like 5-color, 5-color Domain Zoo. It's not like that. It's a very different take on general Ferris Rockrick. Different than anything I've attempted with the card. So anyways, folks, I will see you on the next... Oh, I should have also put our most recent, Wynota list. No Squirrel Combo, no nothing like that. Squirrel Combo has been popping on and off in Yorion, by the way. Not Yorion, sorry. Yawgmoth Combo. I've seen a couple people play it there, which is kind of neat. I don't think it's very good, but I think it's kind of cool to consider. Let me screenshot this list too, because this has been updated. So I've got a few different decks that I'm working on. May play over the next few streams. This is like a, fully Modern Horizon 2 build. Yeah, consider joining the Discord. I hope to see you folks in here. Hope to see you guys on the next Bruce Spy stream. Why don't we, since we have a moment, why don't I do the legwork to find another stream for you guys to check out? There is a lot of great modern MTGO content on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for choosing to come here and check out what I'm doing. There's a lot of great content on here, but it does, warm my heart that you guys decide to come here and see what I'm up to and doing. Let's see, Mono Red Devotion. Okay. I wonder what else is going on. There's got to be some sweet, sweet modern decks. Ooh, Modern Goblins? And it's only playing 2 bad cards? Sign me up. Let's go say hi to Zamgeist. Let's go raid over to Zam, GG. Looks like they're playing Goblins. This looks sweet. They've got a green splash. Abundant Harvest, huh? Oh, let's check this out. I'll see you guys over there. Let's say hi. Hit that button. Hit the yes. We want to raid. We want to raid. We want to go on over there and say, give Zam GG. Zam Geef. Zam GG Geef. Let's go give him a hello.
Horizons 2 cards, using some of the old bad cards. The 2 bad cards from the title are Mod War Marshal. I put them back in because I felt like I had cut out all the good vibes. Thank you, I appreciate it. Have a good night. So we're playing against Abzan Stoneblade right now. We lost. We won game 1. They kept a 1-lander. Sword of Fire and Ice is a brutal card against us, but this is gonna die. So I wonder if they're just planning on casting that straight up, or if they don't expect it to die. You get 1 card deeper by casting this off the top, and I think I'm like short of there being a Boggart Harbinger. I'm like definitely casting this, so I'm gonna pretend that there's not a Boggart Harbinger underneath it, and I was correct. Abundant Harvests are two of the new cards, are some of the new cards we're playing. There's 2 of them in our hand right now. And you're seeing the power of them here. I mean, I had nothing really to do with my mana this turn. And I think I leave that on top. Unfortunately, I pulled a Kiki Jiki off the top, which is bad, but castable at least a little bit here. So we're gonna attack for 3 with this Snoop, and then probably, how's it going, Ganja? Good to see you. We could have, well, I already played a land. We could Abundant Harvest for a land just to have it for the next turn. I think, so we know they have a Sword of Fire and Ice, and we know that a lot of their cards are difficult to cast. So with this Blood Moon on top, basically what's happening is like they can cast this Sword of Fire and Ice, or they can get out of threat, but they're like forced to get out of threat right now. Interaction is like probably not good enough, I think, and that's